drink, and I'm feeling some kind of way right now, so I said let me just make a video because why not? So give me a second, y'all. I'm gonna find somewhere to park. I don't know if the gas station's a good place. Yeah, because it's hot and I'm not trying to be out here like that. So those of you who are watching me live, bear with me for a quick second. Just about to park in a little bit. I just had a really good shower too. I just jumped in the shower and used like 3 or 5 different soaps for different purposes, just to kind of reset my body. Because as women, you know, at the time of the month, sometimes when you have your period, yeah, I'll just say it, when you have your period, your body goes through a lot of changes, you know, and it's just been a lot going on. And I said, you know what, I feel so motivated to make this video, because whenever I feel a certain kind of way, I like to capture it on video, because that's like one of the best ways to express yourself, you know. So I do what I want on my channel. So people have told me that they enjoy listening to me and they like what I have to say, and it helps them, and I've helped a lot of people in my life. And you know what, I'm gonna keep doing what I feel like doing, you know, even if sometimes it doesn't make sense to certain people. I have learned at this point in the game that, you know what, it doesn't have to make sense to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And that's that we're gonna get into that reason in this video. We're gonna get into that very thing in this video. Yep, I'm actually at a gas station. Yeah. Could probably run in here and get something soon. Yeah, actually I'm gonna park right here, perfect. In the shade. Not where a bunch of, you know, blaring lights. And after I was watching a tennis match, and after I watched the tennis match, I dozed off. It was like a 4+ hour match. It was insane. It was Djokovic versus, I think you pronounce the name Musetti. The French Open. Was the French Open. Okay, perfect. Now I can, okay, should I have my car on? Should I have it on, or should I, what should I do? We'll just leave it like that for now. Let me see how I can fix this thing right over here. I want something behind it so I can, yeah, so it's like showing me. Okay, this is like real talk time with you. Okay, leave it. Perfect. That's perfect. Leave it just like that. Leave it just like that. It's nice and cool. So, Ish is about to get real, y'all. Ish is about to get real. I woke up, like I just said, I woke up, took a shower, and I actually, I fell asleep to an Abraham Hicks video, and she was talking about vibration, and something happened earlier yesterday where I literally said to myself, like, you know, been there, seen it, done that. You know what I'm saying? It was an energy, guys. It was an energy where I was like, you know what? Been there, seen there, done that. You know what I'm saying? I know what a good year feels like. I know what a good month feels like. I know when something is going in a good direction. To check my wanted to make sure my Bluetooth with my AirPod wasn't connected, because if your AirPods are connected, it's going to run the video like Bluetooth. So I just wanted to make sure that everything with the audio and everything else was fine. Should be fine. So it's like, I know when something, like I can feel in a vibe. because I read energy. What I basically do is read energy, so it's like I can kind of feel when something is like going good or gonna go positive, or when something is like trying to be out of alignment, like in my life. Like I have a very, very good, is the word barometer? I don't know what word what word you would use for that. But I feel like I've lived long enough now where it's like I can tell where things are going. You see what I'm saying? And I was talking to a friend yesterday and I was telling her, like, you know, I have been working so hard, and there's so many changes that I've been making in my life. There's been so many things that I've had to, really look at. And I kid you not, like I don't even know what it was. Like I was laying down, and all of a sudden it was like, you know, just overload. You know how some people say like they're overstimulated, or like it's an overload. That's kind of how it felt. And I was just like deleting message after message after message after message, and I was clearing out my phone, and I really I just looked at my phone, and I was thinking about something, and I said to myself, you know what? Like I didn't sign up for this. Like I literally stopped and said to myself, like, I did not sign up for this, and I'm sick and tired of other things, or just the world or whatever trying to create my reality when it's like I'm the boss. It's like I'm the boss. This is my life. And I'm reclaiming that world. I'm reclaiming that word selfish. Absolutely. It's like I have taken that word and made it something that I'm proud of, because for so many people I look around me, and even on social media, it's like I look around and it's like so many people are living in other people's shadow, you know, doing what other people want them to do, because they don't have a backbone of their own to create their own life, to stand up for themselves, to speak up for themselves, to do what's hard, not what's easy. And I pride myself on that. I feel like, you know, sometimes there will always be negative people. There will always be negative situations sometimes in life that try to buck up on us, try to distract us. But the key is to not give in. The key is to not buy the hype. The key is to not buy the bullshit, and to stand firm. So I practice what I preach on my channel, and I'm sick and tired. I did not expect I did not expect 2024 to be easy sailing. I knew it was not going to be easy sailing based upon my research from last year, the end of last year. I already knew that, even just looking at the world, look at what's happening in the world. We already know that this year was not going to be, you know, perfect sailing. I mean, anybody with two eyes, two ears, and a mouth can see that, right? But the reality is that it doesn't really matter whether, you know, the planets are perfectly aligned for our chart, or, everything is smooth sailing or not. It's like I want us to understand this. We did not come down here to suffer. We did not come down here to have more bad days than good days. Please hear what I'm saying. It's like people have to really understand, it's like you don't come down here, you don't have this human experience just to suffer. That's not what life is about. I refuse to believe that life is just about war and being a battle every day, and that stupid phrase that says pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and all this foolery, this complete tomfoolery. It's like that's not what life that's not what life's about. I just refuse to accept that. And I'm tired of just, I feel not even physically, but I feel like emotionally, I just got tired of having to, have certain conversations and like put up with certain things. It's just like, how do I want my life to look like? I told you guys that I want to, move out of state. I was telling you all that I want to move out of state. And I take that super serious. I take that very serious. And I'm at this point right now where I'm like, I will do whatever I have to do. I will literally do whatever I have to do to ensure that the rest of my life and the rest of my year is the best it can ever be. I've already seen some miracles in my life. Don't get me wrong. I've already seen some miracles just happen this past week. Like the key is positive momentum. That is step one to a lot of this ish in this 3D reality, guys, is taking action. Not taking no for an answer, not settling, not staying somewhere where you're unhappy, not putting up with things consistently that you're unhappy with, and that's why this whole like 50-50 notion and like relationships and all this, like, this is why I'm so disconnected from all of that. Because to me, to be a free individual, to be a happy individual, my happiness and my safety should not be predicated on if somebody chooses to romantically love me or not. I would never want to live like that. So even though there's certain things about, certain societal topics that I don't necessarily agree with, what I do agree with is the notion that as a woman or a man or whatever the heck you identify yourself as, that you have the full autonomy, you have the full power, you have the full control, right, to live life on your terms. Because if you're trying to shack up with somebody or get someone to fall in love with you or do love magic, which is what a lot of people do around here, they do love magic and whatnot and all this crazy stuff, it's because they're trying to provoke someone to do what they want them to do because they can't do it for themselves. That's what it's all about. And nobody and nothing could tell me any different. People that literally go out into the world and try to put on a persona to trap somebody, literally either by pregnancy or by hook or by shacking up or anything like that, these people are vultures. Okay? And I would never want to live a life like that. So even if it's so quote unquote hard to earn your own money and to make your own money and all this stuff, I'd rather take that any day than be out here trying to mooch off people that I don't even like. So I pride myself on that. Everything I have, I've earned, I've manifested, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's not like some guy gave me anything. And if he gave me anything, it damn sure wouldn't be a make or break in my life. It damn sure, it damn sure wouldn't affect, greatly affect me. It would be something that is out of love and not out of a trick. So to hell with all these things that either society or social media is promoting out here. It's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? If I'm ever gonna live with somebody romantically or be married or anything like that, it would have to be because I want to be, not because I have to, not because someone's trying to put love spells on me or love bomb me. Like, I've walked away. I really feel like of yesterday night, I really feel like I've walked away from a lot of like delusion out here, and I really feel like I've said to myself, you know what? Like, I'm going to live life on my terms. And I don't care how so-called hard, this 3D reality tries to make it look, because guess what? Nothing is impossible. It's only impossible if you say it's impossible. It's only, the only time that reality doesn't favor a person is if they concede, is if they give up, is if they accept crumbs. That's when reality is not fun. That's when reality is not good. That's when things don't go your way. It's when you live in a world and you accept everything that people or the world is throwing at you. That's when life is confusing. That's when life is overstimulating. That's when things are, too confusing, is because, like I said, you buy into the hype. And so I've been asking, I think from the top of the year, I've literally been asking myself, like, what do I want? What do I see for myself? Everything else, like marriage and this and that. And like, these are all things that have like nothing to do, I feel, with like me per se. It's like, these are all things out here that could happen and may not happen. And it's not my priority. Amongst other things that people come to me and talk about, in the 3D. And quite frankly, to be honest with you all, I don't give a fuck about it. It's like, I don't get up in the morning trying to please other people. I please myself. And it's like, I don't know if I've ever really been like that, but it's like, I'm going after what I want to go after. The dreams that I want to achieve is for me. It's not to impress anybody. It's not to prove anything to anybody. It's literally all about me, and I'm not sure. I'm genuinely not sure if I've ever had, you know, a moment in time where I've thought like this. But you know what? Like, as the years go by, I take my happiness so seriously. And it's like, no, I'm not going to stay with people I'm unhappy with. No, I'm not going to entertain people that I don't like. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do anything that compromises my own beliefs. And I know a lot of people out here can't relate, because why? You know what I'm saying? They're tricksters. They're manipulators, they're liars, they're the liars. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy that I can't relate, because I'm not living on somebody else's terms. No way, no how. If I want to live somewhere, if I want to go somewhere, guess what? That's exactly what the fuck I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need anybody's approval. And I'm past that now. It's like, you know what? I'm no longer thinking of like woulda, shoulda, coulda, and oh, let me just wait and see. Let me just wait and see. Those days are over, man. Those days are over. You could take that to the bank and cash it. Those days are over. I even passed a text message in my phone as I was deleting messages. I passed a text message in my phone, and I was like, exactly, bruh. Like, looking back, I'm just like, exactly. Like, you know what? I have left a lot of things behind, and people in my 3D reality can sense a shift in me, and that's good. They should, because you know what? I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. And it's like, I will get my desired reality. I am currently manifesting my desired reality. I don't care what it looks like right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I believe in me. I believe in what I want to do. I believe in what my inner being, my inner knower, my gut feeling, my intuition is telling me. And I don't care what anybody else outside of me thinks or has to say about it. I've passed that. I'm past that now. Because you know what? I don't live for somebody else's reality. I don't live in somebody else's reality. It's just like, let me give you guys an example, right? Let me give you guys a funny, but funny comical example. It's a little bit harsh, but I'm just giving, I'm trying to paint the picture. It's like, let's say, for example, I have a guy that is okay, whatever, kind of attractive, whatever. This is not what happened recently. I'm just giving you guys an example of what I'm trying to say and get the point across. It's like, okay, a guy can want, let's say, for example, a guy can look at me, right, who's well off, whatever, has a job, has his own apartment, blah, 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 and he can like me. But guess what? If there's something about him that I don't like, guess what? I'm not going to acquiesce to his reality, because in his reality, I'm his wife, right? And in his reality, I'm barefoot and pregnant, right? In his reality, I'm sucking his balls, right? But in my reality, I'm focused on my career. I'm focused on being a multimillionaire. I'm focused on my retirement. I'm focused on having my car paid off. You know what I'm saying? And if our desires and our reality and our goals don't match up, then tough luck. And yes, that's literally happened to me, where it's like, if I don't want to be a part of your game, if I don't want to be a part of your world, that's my right. I don't have to now conform into this perfect Barbie doll because you want me to. Not unless I want to, you're not going to get that version of me. So that's just an example. What I'm talking about is like somebody else can have their own perceived notion of what your life is supposed to look like, what career you're supposed to be in, what kind of business you're supposed to have, how you're supposed to talk, draw, walk, dress, people, especially even family, people can have their own idea of what you're supposed to be or what you're supposed to be, living like. But the question is, the reality is that if that's not aligning with what you want to be and who you are and how you want to live, then guess what? Their input, their fantasy, their demands literally means zero. It literally means nothing. So I'm just giving, I don't want to go into the love topic because I don't even care about that, but I'm just giving you guys an example. It's like, I don't care if somebody wants me. If I don't want them, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I don't want to date and I'm busy working and I have other places to be, that's just how it's got to be. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not going to feel bad. I'm not going to feel bad if I'm trying to live my dreams while simultaneously people and things around me don't want me to. That's not what I signed up for. You know what I'm saying? When I came down here in this 3D experience to live life, I did not come down here to impress other people. Not in that way. I did not come down here to be manipulated. I did not come down here to not get what I want. So, you know, I can feel it. I'm not in a frequency or a vibe of tolerating bullshit. I'm just not in that energy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody down the street is, and that's what they're going through, and good luck and God bless. But as far as my reality, as far as what I got going on, I am solely focused on my dreams, my goals, my financial health, and what I think is best for me. And for sure, romantic stuff is not even on my radar because that's just been a distraction. And yes, it's good when you're in that energy, but I'm not in that energy, you know what I'm saying? And so regardless of that, it's just I'm in a different place in my life where, like I said, regardless of all of that, I'm like planning for the future. You know, I'm I hate to sound kind of like rude, but I gotta be honest, there's some woman out here where their whole life is just about a man, real shit. Like everything that they eat, down to what they drink, is off a man's ass. And that scares me. You know what I'm saying? That actually scares me because that means that you don't have anything for yourself. That means that so what that basically shows me is like, without that person, and let's swap it out, the man thing, the relationship thing. Let's put it to a parent or a grandparent, right? Or a roommate, right? Whatever title you want to put there. It's like, without that, if you can't survive, that's a problem. That's how I think. It's like, I don't want to have to need or rely upon anybody or anything. Like in my reality, it's like, I'm good. I'm good. I got it, So that's what matters to me. What matters to me is being able to say, and continuing to buy whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? Buying whatever I want, saving up for retirement, doing what makes me happy, what makes logical sense. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to appease society and then get myself in a loveless relationship just because of what exactly. I'm not getting that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to entertain that. So I have shifted away from people, places, things, belief systems that I feel are very limiting and that I think, quite frankly, are just dumb. I think it's just a dumb way to live. And for me, it's like, that doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? People die every day. People are literally dropping dead every day. Why would I want to create my life around a person that could literally drop dead? You know what I'm saying? Or around or career or whatever else that has nothing to do with me, you know? Like I've said for the longest, like I wasn't called to be a nurse. I wasn't called to be a doctor. So what the fuck I look like having someone trying to make me feel jealous for an occupation that I don't want to fucking be. Like it's shit like that that I'm saying makes no sense. Like this world and the people in this world will try to make you want things that don't make any sense. Is somebody getting this out here? It's like the world will try to peer pressure and contort you into bullshit. And I'm saying I've had enough of that. I have had enough of that completely. I have I have resigned from anything remotely even close to that kind of life. I have resigned completely. I am off it. I am done. You know, I'm in this energy of like, if I don't want to talk to a person, I don't want to talk to them. Do not disturb, delete message, walk out the room. You know, I don't know what shifted, guys, but it's like, I'm just sick and tired of the games. I'm just sick and tired of the excuses. I'm just sick and tired of how the world tries to force women and certain people to feel. And it's like, no, this is my reality. This is my life. You know what I'm saying? And thankfully, thank God, there's been a lot of dreams and a lot of things that I have achieved that when I was a little girl, I'm pretty sure I never thought was possible. You know what I'm saying? But now, but one thing's for certain, now it's time to take things to a different level. So I'm not saying that it's always easy, but you know what? If you understand the law of attraction, you understand the law of assumption, you understand how to manifest, you understand how to control yourself and control your energy and to make the most of your day, morning, noon, and night, then there's no way that you're going to be slanted to lose or to not have what you want, because why? Your focus is on the target. You know, you're focused. You're remaining focused. Like every single day, I'm just like, I feel like I'm just working. You know, I'm working towards all my goals every single, like, I have like tunnel vision, you know, it's like I get up and I'm like, I'm thinking about me. I'm not thinking about what my neighbor thinks of me. I'm not thinking about, oh, you know, when is this fake ass Prince Charming gonna come down the pipeline? Like, this is bullshit, guys. I'm off all of that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if it hasn't happened by now, if it hasn't been something that I think is beneficial to me, why the hell am I wasting my energy on it? You know, like it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, what is in your reality right now, right? Or what is in your reality that you want to manifest right here, right now? That makes sense. That's how I'm thinking right now, is like 5 months from now, 5 years from now, what do you want to do? You know what I'm saying? What is it that you're going after and what makes the most sense to you? And that's how I'm living. It's like all the airy, fairy, fluffy stuff that's distractions that just don't make any sense. It's like, I feel like I've just resigned from all of that. And I'm just like, you know what? I got to preserve my energy. I got to, you know, stay financially focused. You know what I'm saying? My car's almost paid off. You know what I'm saying? You know, like some people don't even have a car. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I gotta remain focused right now. I gotta think about me, you know what I'm saying? And I'm no longer gonna feel bad for that, because you know what? Um, everybody else that I feel like is getting what they want is because why? They're focusing on themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like relationships and all those other things I feel are just a bonus. They're not mandatory. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're lucky to even have 3, 5 good friends that you can trust, great. But if not, who cares? You know what I'm saying? They're not going to make or break you. They're not going to change, you know, something drastically for you. So who gives a shit? It's like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? When I get up in the morning now, I'm like, this is my life. This is my life. And I'm not going to be like the average American that's going to be complaining about, you know, this and that and this president and this money system. And because it's all excuses, you know, it's just simply excuses. You see what I'm saying? Because they want to offload responsibility to other people because they can't take the heat, they can't take the responsibility. But it's like, you know what? I'm willing to go there. I'm willing to go to war for it. I'm willing to overcome anything to get what I want. I'm willing to do what most people are not willing to do to have the future that I want. And you could take that to the bank and cash it. You feel me? Like, I'm willing, you know what I'm saying? I'm willing to go in it. Like, literally, I said to myself, like, I'm willing to go in it alone if I even had to at this point. Because what benefit is the rest to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, what benefit is there? Like, I don't see the benefit. And, I don't have time for energy drainers. I don't have time for my energy to be going in a direction that I think is not productive. You know what I'm saying? Like, all my energy has to go to working, making money, putting aside my money, paying things off, getting my head in gear. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's more of like what I feel I'm in the season of doing. And I don't even care anymore what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? To the rest of the world, I'm like, I don't even care anymore. Because you know what? I'm the boss. I'm the boss. This is my reality. And, I've left it all behind. There's so many things I can go into, but it's like, I've just left it all behind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to move out of state. I want to move out of state as soon as possible. I want to do a lot of things that, I just want to live differently. And it's like, that's where my priority is at. You know what I'm saying? Like, where I want to be in 5 years and how I want my life to look like and the kind of bank account that I want and et cetera, et cetera. And you know what? If that sounds selfish, then good. It's about time it sounds selfish. You feel me? It's about time it sounds selfish because you know what? When everybody else is doing what they want to do, they don't give a fuck about us. They don't give a fuck about how we feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the reality is I'm not gonna use a cop out, like other people like other people do. You know what I'm saying? Other people use a cop out. They use a cop out. Like I said, they blame the president. They blame their childhood. They blame their ex. It's all a bunch of excuses. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a victim. I'm a victor. I'm a champion. I'm a boss. I don't care anymore. I just genuinely don't care. It's like, I've got to the point where it's like, even down to my phone, even down to how I use my phone, it has to be suitable for me. It has to reflect what I want in my life. And if someone's talking too much, or I don't want to talk to somebody, delete, send it to junk. You know what I'm saying? Block the person, whatever, whatever and whatever. Like, that's the point that it's got to for me. It's like, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? If you're annoying me, you're annoying me. Bye. Like, I don't got time for it. I don't got time for it, guys. So when you're so what you have to know, and thank God I have my water. I'm going to stop and get a drink somewhere. But what you have to know, guys, number one about life is that, what you tolerate, you accept. Okay, that's number one. What you put up with on a daily basis, or what you entertain in your life, is gonna negatively or positively affect you. You know what I'm saying? And you have to weigh out the pros and cons. Is this gonna benefit me, or is this going in a direction that I think is full of shit and is a trap? Real talk. You have to decipher, is this a trap? Is this a setup? Is this something that I think is just a waste of my time? Or is it over here? Or is this gonna benefit me? Is this gonna make sense for me? Is this gonna help me? And if it's not gonna benefit me, then why the hell am I even putting energy in it? Why am I even, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. It's like, why are you even putting energy in that direction when you know that it's not like for your benefit? It's like doing something that just doesn't make any sense. Like, so with a law of assumption, you assume the reality you want, and everything you do in your day should consist of building up to that reality. And anything and anybody, guys, that's not contributing to that desired reality is a trap, is a manipulating trap, is deception, is a segue, is something that is negative. It's not something that is positive because it's not contributing to your end goal. And so I'm in a season where it has to line up. It has to match up. It has to make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, then guess what? It's not from God. It can't be from God. It's not positive. And on top of that, it's not for me. End of story, period. Period. You know what I'm saying? If it's not something that makes me feel innately, like if something innately doesn't give me a good feeling or a positive, content feeling, then I know it's a trap. That I know it's something that's kind of like trying to decipher into my reality. And guess what? I have to simply take it and remove it. Put it in the trash. Discard it. You know? Like, period. So, anyway, I'm almost talking for 40 minutes. I wasn't expecting to go on for that long, but that's where I'm at. I know a lot of people are in the same season that I'm in, and you know what? It's up to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, people come and go. You know, money comes and goes. But as long as you're managing what you need to manage promptly and professionally, and you're doing what you need to be doing, then you can't get caught up in the excuses. You can't get caught up in, oh, well, this happened. And, oh, well, that doesn't matter. The past is gone. The past is over. You know, someone showed you who they are. Believe them. You know, like now, guys, I don't even backpedal, bro. I don't even give people the benefit of the doubt anymore. I'm just telling you all, like, the truth. Like, I don't even give people the benefit of the doubt anymore. You know, if I have seen a trait in a person or a certain behavior in a person I don't like, I'm not even gonna try to sugar it up. You know, here's the exit. Bye. You know, I may not even say it. I may not even say anything. I may just disappear. You know what I'm saying? I may just be like, deuces, delete, block, because why? I don't got time for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't got time to be stuck in somebody else's reality, stuck in somebody else's game that I did not sign up for. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel, for real. That's how I really feel. I feel like, you know what? There's certain elements. Oh, this tastes good. 1 second, y'all. I'm like, there's certain elements of life that I have lived where I'm like, bruh, F this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not signing up for that. I'm not gonna do what you think I'm supposed to do because of what exactly. Like, this is my life. You know, I go where I want to go. And I'm hoping, you know, sooner than later that I can get the hell out of this state. You know, and y'all that want to manifest that for me and help me manifest that, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to move out of state, and I'm definitely trying to live where I want to live. And that's all it is to it. You know, and the way I see it is people are just a bonus, you know. People are literally just a bonus. They're not a priority. They're not a requirement. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things are just not necessary. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, people can be a headache. They can bring a lot of stress, a lot of baggage. And I'm not into that. You know what I'm saying? Been there, done that. You know, I've overcome things already in my life. I don't need to be re-exposed to it because now you're going through it, you know? Like, I'm good off all of that, and I have to preserve my energy. I have to focus on myself. So, you know, my take is more extreme. A lot of you are not going to be as extreme as me. I already know that, but this is just how I have to live for myself. You see what I'm saying? This is what I have to do for myself, and I make no apologies for it. I'm sick of actually making apologies for it. It's like, I make no apologies for it, you know, because what the hell I look like, you know, living in a reality where somebody else is living better than me, or doing things, you know, doing things that they want to do, but I'm not doing what I want to do. That makes no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? That right there makes zero sense to me. So everything that I do that I've been doing from the year has started and that I've been putting my energy into has to benefit me, has to make sense to me. I don't care if somebody else thinks that, oh, well, this is what people should do and this is, I don't care about that. It's what I think. If I don't think that's a good idea, then guess what? Fuck you. I'm not gonna take your advice. I'm not gonna be what you say. I'm not gonna do what you want me to do. It's just not gonna happen. You know, and I'm not trying to be a puppy dog. I'm not trying to be a servant. I'm not trying to be a pet. You know what I'm saying? I'm a woman. I'm not here to be somebody's paddle dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my life. I'm the boss. I'm not here to make anybody else live better than me in my reality. That's insanity. That will never happen. So that's just how I see it. It's like, you know, a lot of shit got to change around here, man. And since the year started, I've made a lot of changes. Like, I have made a lot of big decisions, like life altering decisions. And I've done a lot of things differently because I want different. If you want different, you got to do different. If you're doing the same thing and you're wanting a different result, what did Albert Einstein say? That's the definition of insanity. It's doing the same thing and wanting a different result. It don't work that way, guys. I repeat, it does not work that way. You cannot do the same thing and then expect a different result. Just like you cannot live somewhere and you hate everything about where you live, but you want to walk out the house one day and miraculously the weather is perfect, right? Everything about the place. No. The place is where it is. You know what I'm saying? The state is where it is. The country is where it is. If you don't like it, move. Make a plan and move. And that's what I'm doing. I'm making plans to look at what countries or what states or whatever benefits me the most. What makes sense to me. You know? I'm not going based upon somebody else's opinion of what they like because they're not me. Somebody else may love it. But guess what? If I hate it, then guess what? I don't like it, and I'm not gonna put up with it, you know? So that's why I'm saying, like, true freedom, in my opinion, now more than ever, true freedom and true happiness is you calling the shots, and not your parents, not your partner, not your ex, not your neighbor, you know, not even your pastor. Like, nobody else is calling the shots in your life. You call the shots. That to me is a life well lived, where you can live every day how you want to live it, and you don't have to answer to anybody. That's the best life you can, for me, I'm saying. I'm not speaking for y'all, I'm saying for me. That's the best life you could possibly have. You're not waiting on nobody to give you nothing. You're not waiting for nobody to approve of you. Fuck all that. That's just pandering, you know? That's all just pandering to their system. You know, you have to have a goal. You have to have goals. You have to have you have to have almost virtually no distractions to get to where you want to get to. And anything that has to go in the process of that is well worth it. And that's really how I feel, guys. You know, and it's sad but true. It's sad but true. A lot of people I see all the time on social media, I see people say, if I only focus on myself, I'd be a lot farther in life. How many of y'all have seen that? I've seen that. I see it all the time on social media. People all the time talking about how they put people before them. They're even their siblings or a lover or whatever, and they've gotten zero out of it. Why? Because they put people before them. And then because they do that, they in return suffer. I have seen a lot of that. Maybe y'all haven't, but I have. So you gotta learn from people's mistakes. You gotta learn from other people's mistakes. You gotta pay attention to what people older than you are saying that they regret. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't want to live like that, guys. I'm tired of that. You know what I'm saying? So I already made my mind up. You know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, I know I will not be in the state that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? The current state I live in, I will not be here long term. You know, from when I was 7 years old, I've been said that. You know what I'm saying? And now that I'm in my 20s, not forever, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's up to me. You know what I'm saying? I can't concern myself with who don't like it. I can't concern myself with what somebody else thinks is a better idea. Well, no, it's about what do I think? If I don't think it's a better idea and I want to go somewhere else, then that's what it's going to be. That's what it has to be. And no matter how hard that path is initially to get to where you want to be, because that's just how life is. Life is going to throw curveballs. Life is going to make things hard sometimes. Life is going to try to convince you that you're never going to get to where you want to get to. But you have to know that it's a lie. You have to know in your heart and your mind, your soul, all three connected, that that's bullshit. And what you choose to believe is going to be your downfall or your uprising. I just said a word right there. What you choose to believe is either going to be your benefit or your downfall. Period. Period, guys. So I'm going to go get myself a drink. But I ain't concerned what people think. I ain't concerned about what somebody else thinks that I should do and how I should live. I don't give a fuck anymore, guys. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Like, after work, all the work I do, I don't got energy, guys. I don't got the energy or time for it. I really don't. To be concerning myself with things that just don't make any sense. You know, like, it just don't make any sense to me. And it's like, I'm not that kind of person who's gonna wear rose tinted glasses. If it don't make sense to me, it don't add up, the math ain't mathin', then the math ain't mathin'. Simple. And I'll just simply remove my energy, remove myself, pull back completely and go in a different direction. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm going in a completely different direction at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not waiting for nobody to clearance what I feel anymore. I'm past that, guys. So that's the video. Love you.